Cool, welcome back to the channel. This is the next 5 moves that I have on my plate. So I'm going to detail the next 5 things that I'm going to do in my life to make sure that I'm healthy, happy, successful, and just living it up in Uluwatu. Number 1, remote sales job. I've got 3 or 4 in the pipe at the moment. All of them are remote. All of them are either for a setting or a closing role. All of them I'm pretty sure are for courses. Seems like courses and informational products are the best because they have huge margins. You can literally write the course once, update it as you go, and just flood people in. Bam, 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 bam. Do a couple calls, bosh. So the commissions are usually pretty good on that. If you think about it, if you're selling a $3,000 to $5,000 course, you get 10% commission. That's $300 to $500 you're going to get per sale. If you make, say your close rate is 50%, and you do 2 calls a day, that means realistically you could close 5 per week. 5 times 5, 25, 2,500 a week. You can make 10K a month, boom, like that. Haven't done it yet, but I've always worked in sales and I know the money's there and I know it can be done. 50% close rate is kind of like average, standard. Like, it depends how good of a closer you are and how warm the leads are and how much of the sales process they've been through. But you never know, like that's doing 2 calls a day. They're probably going to be 30 to 60 minutes. You've got the rest of the day ahead of you. Like, it's not that deep. As well as that, the skills you get with closing are just like next level. I actually sent off my resume to another closer yesterday. They're like, how much sales experience do you have? And I'm like, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, fuck, I've got like 8 years of sales experience, all with my numbers, all with my experience, all with what I did. And it's like, boom. In my mind, I don't want to be doing lead gen again. Like, cold calling is starting to kill me. Like, I've got way more to give than that. What I want to be doing is closing. I don't mind doing like the appointment setting because they're always warm nowadays for an ad or a lead magnet, but realistically what I want to do is closing. Like, if you want to close, the easiest way to do is preface all of the objections to begin with. You get everything out in the open, then they don't really have any reason that they wouldn't want to buy unless they can't commit. If you tell someone they can't commit, very hard for them not to do it because they're going to be triggered because they know they want to do the thing, but they can't do the thing because they won't commit. But you've already addressed it earlier on that one of my biggest things is, the only thing I don't want you to do at the end of this call is tell me that you can't make a decision right now. I need you to make a decision at the end of the call, whether you're ready to commit and change your life, or you're not ready to commit and you're going to go back to doing things the way you used to do it. Either way is fine. I don't care. I get paid anyway. Doesn't matter. The quicker you say no, the quicker I can get off this call. But if you do say yes and you do want to change your life, I can help you do it and I can show you the roadmap to get it done. That's like an easy intro into getting anyone close, because when you come to the end of the call, be like, cool, remember the thing I said at the start? What? When I said about making a choice? Yes, okay, well, this is the time where you make a choice, and then you can get the real objections out. Everyone really forgets about objection handling. Really, it's like you've got a layer. Say you've got 10 layers. First one, surface level objection, surface level, and then it gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like onions, it has layers. As soon as you get to the real objection, you actually find out what's wrong. If you get to the real objection, they're so much easier to handle because, one, you can find out if they're just being a puss and they don't want to actually do it or they can't do it or whatever, or no one's been drilling into them enough. It's all psychology. It's all like why? You need to know these people. They need to trust you. You need to be authentic. Anyway, that's move number 1. Move number 2, get another job just to have something in the background. A lot of these closer jobs are like, they're full-time, but they're not full-time. So what I was thinking is, a lot of these big financial institutions, especially over Christmas, always a good time to get hired because, well, it's not a good time to get hired, but the bigger the firm, the less likely they are to get rid of you unless they have major layoffs. So places like Revolut, for example, I know I can get a job. I can do like a low-level marketing job or an operations job, and it's all remote, and I can just do essentially not the bare minimum, but I can just get what needs to be done to fulfill that role because they're not looking for superstars straight out the gate. Like, if you want to be there for a couple of years and you're just doing enough to get by, it's 40 hours a week. It's light work. You can get that done, bam. But anyone who works remote never does 40 hours a week. It's like an unwritten rule of remote working. You end up doing like 70%, if that. I spoke to people the other day, they're like, I'm doing about 30% of my capacity. So that's move number 2. Move number 1, remote sales job. Move number 2, get another job, whether it's full-time or part-time, marketing or operations, that less emotionally invested. Move number 3, more content. I'm going to Kuala Lumpur on a visa trip, so I'm going to do content for that. I've got Nusa Penida editing to do. I'm going to do some sales content. I'm going to do these daily videos on the gym roof content, and then also the TikToks as well. Instagram bike content, I'm not too sure about that at the moment, where that's going, but I do enjoy it. It's fun. I like singing this kind of jokes. I don't really give a fuck. It's actually really fun to do. So whether or not that changes is another thing. So number 3 is content. 1, remote closer. 2, second part-time marketing job. 3, more content. 4, this is where it gets interesting, because I'm like, all of these guys who have remote closing, a lot of them have remote closing courses that funnel you in to then do the remote closing job. So what I was thinking is, I've already set this up with System.io months ago. It was about my 0 to 10k, how you can get money from the bank for free. And like every good entrepreneur, I've had money, I've lost money, I've gone bankrupt, I've lived everywhere, and you know, the only thing that splits the difference is that you just keep on going, you keep on having these ideas. This is why I'm never satisfied, because I've always got these ideas and I'm never going to not keep on coming up with ideas. And I'm an ideas man, I'm trying to be more of an execution guy. So the idea is, I have a good network on LinkedIn and Instagram of people my age, 20 to 30. They're not that happy in their life, they drink too much, they want to be living in Indonesia, they want to be living anywhere they want to be living, and they want to make, you know, 3 to 10k a month just doing what they want to do, whether it's working part-time, making sales calls, or they're just setting appointments or whatever it is. There's so many things that they can do, and in my mind I'm like, cool, there's 2 things I'm really good at: sales and training. They're the only things I've ever really done. So I could just set up one of these courses, make it quite a cheap course, whether it's on School or Circle, or if I just do it one-to-one. I'm going to give you the best sales training you can have. The best sales training, put you into a group. Maybe it's pre-recorded, maybe it's not. I haven't thought about it this much in detail. Once you get into the group, you meet with like-minded people and you do one-to-one with me. I'm obviously going to be working in a remote sales job as well, so I'm going to have direct feedback from the calls that I'm doing and the courses that I'm selling. Then from there, what I'm going to do is, once you finish that, I'll either help you get a job, and I won't quit until you get a job, or you come work for me. And what that will mean is, when I'm doing more content based on sales, closing, working remotely, then it will just be lead funnel, whether it's a lead magnet or ads like #1 skill you can learn in 2024, the classic bullshit clickbait ad: become a remote closer. It's easier than you think. All you need to do is be good with people. You need to be able to talk, but the #1 skill is you need to be able to listen. Whenever someone talks, you got to have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You've got 2 ears so you can listen twice the amount of time that you talk. If you're in a conversation, especially if you get some of these apps like, for example, Fireflies or Zoom or any of these video apps for remote calls, they'll tell you how much you and the prospect have spoken. If it's you're speaking all the time, you ain't getting anywhere. No one likes to be talked at. This is why a lot of people will fail, because they'll just be like, bam, 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 pitch slap. I don't know anything about you. I don't know what your problems are. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you aspire to be. I don't know what your family life is like. I don't know what your financials are like. I don't know anything about you, because I haven't asked these questions. So all you do is you just ask questions. Why do you do that? What happened with that? You mentioned this. Tell me more about that. It's like mind-bogglingly simple, but I forget that a lot of people forget. So #4, we'll build a remote closing sales course and make it fucking reasonable. Because I know whenever I see this shit, I'm an ideal customer profile, ICP. Whenever I see this stuff, I'm always like, this looks like cap. Because they're always like gatekeeping shit. They're always like, yeah, well, the #1 skill to learn is, drum roll please, and then they fucking tell you, and it's like, oh, you got to do all this rigmarole. Whereas if you're up front, it's like, cool, I literally got a remote sales, remote closing job because I had 8 years of experience in sales, in opening, closing, lead gen. But if you don't have that, I can get you a role as an SDR straight away. You do that role for a year, and I can get you a job as a closer if you're any good. Like, it's simple shit. If you don't gatekeep stuff, it's so much easier to get people to be invested. And I feel like, because I've shared so much of my life online, not like more than, not loads, but enough to the point where it's like, at least you know he's legit, authentic, and like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's like Mary J. Blige would say, I'm telling the truth. Anyways, I'm getting a bit off topic. So that's #4, the remote sales course. I've got it all ready to go and set up, because I know from the feedback that I've had from people messaging me, like, they either want to stop drinking or they want to work abroad. If you combine the two, bomb. And then #5, the final thing, is the e-commerce brand. So this is just plugging away in the background. I've got a lot of people who want to like get involved with it, which is going to require a lot of like people management, which I'm not too keen about, because I do want it to be on my own. But I do see the remote sales gig as something that I can just fully do on my own, because I know I have all of the skills for the sales and the delivery and the execution of that. I've literally done the website and everything already, and the funnel for it. I just need to either make a new Instagram, make a new TikTok, or work out the marketing channels for that. But like I said, my LinkedIn is prime for it, and so is my Instagram. So Western Boulevard is obviously on the mind, but in the mind it's like, this isn't something that I want to do just willy-nilly, like as a quick money-making scheme, whereas the ecom brand is more of that. Like, I'm getting samples sent over, there should be about 1,000. I've got a little Instagram page set up, I've got a website set up. I'm going to start running a little bit of traffic, do some B2B, do some wholesale, start making a few little moves here, just get loads of UGC. So number one, remote sales job. Number two, part-time marketing operations gig. Number three, more content. Number four, I might call it the rad life. My nickname's always, but not always, my nickname recently has been Comrade, and it goes to rad. So maybe rad life sales course. And then number five, the ecom brand. So there's a quick 10-minute brain dump for the next 5 moves. Obviously there's non-negotiables. Go to the beach, go to the gym, go run. I need to wait for my foot to heal to go back to running, but like, it's not that deep. I had a good workout, did shoulders and a bit of traps, looking jacked. Eat well, go to bed early. That's a one hack that I've really noticed recently, is going to bed at like 9-10, and I'm fucking waking up early, I'm waking up refreshed. Also, I'm just over a week no coffee and I'm feeling fucking powerful. Like, I've got way more energy, and I can just feel like I'm actually gonna, like, my energy levels are now level again. So no alcohol, no ciggies, no coffee, no excuses. Let's fucking go. Time to take over the world. I'm sure it's not going to be the perfect process, because it never is, but for now, those are my top 5 moves. Love you, see you in a bit. Can't wait for some more. Ciao.